started writing this poem when there was this one night, I was looking at the sky and I thought that beside the moon that I was looking at Venus, but the longer I looked at it, I found out there was an airplane. And there was a time for a while when my leg would spasm beneath my pocket and it would feel like my cell phone was vibrating. And there was this one morning I was naked in the shower, my muscle jumps, and I wondered who's calling this early. Moths are confusing streetlights for the moon. By morning, a snowbank is piled beneath the light, overstuffed on incandescence. Mockingbirds are imitating only the most obnoxious ringtones, but sometimes put them back in the music. The insects are dying. Once I hugged a telephone pole instead of a tree. Some mornings I don't stop dreaming until I finish brushing my teeth. The mockingbirds are learning to beatbox. One day he called me with a prophecy. His phone plugged into a tree he had mistaken for a telephone pole. I wonder who's calling this early. There are a dozen or so fireflies. Sometimes they get stuck in the atmosphere, encased in amber beside the moon. I think I saw Venus. Fireflies and moths might sound like a generator humming, but the streetlight... sounds like moth swings and fireflies. I want to think the dead moths are snow. I dream streetlights for the moon. I worry for my dreams. My muscle jumps. Born fully clothed, raised by forceps and rubber gloves, his hat had a propeller. He was airmailed to adulthood. Goes to bed hungry, wakes up full, brushes the taste out of his mouth before work. No wonder he's worried. The insects are dying, and they are what he is. The propeller can't carry him. He is empty, like light. Born at the end of history, he's had nothing to do but sit quietly and throw snails at his teachers. Snails, they are not insects, so they're fucking everywhere. I carry a room on my back, so I'll never have to build a home. I'll only hold his hand over the phone. I hung telephone poles because I can't face him. One morning in the mist, I thought that one pinprick of light preceding the sun was staring back at me. One night, I looked into the sky, this time without a telescope, and I saw that the space between the moon and Venus is not empty. It is full of all the insects that have left Earth, walking across each other's backs, breathing and not making noise between the streetlight, moon, and Venus. One night, humid in Pennsylvania, he held his cupped hands to my eye, and suspended in the buzzing incandescent was a firefly. So he explained the science, how the enzyme luciferase catalyzed I could only think that Lucifer was one of the name of Phosphoros, was the other half of the evening star. And it was either the streetlights or the insects crackling, maybe the moon or a streetlight turned the moths into snow. One night, buried in his hands, I swallowed ants like a third grader until I was empty, like light, but I wanted hard, like a science, like an exoskeleton. And the next morning, I'm brushing the taste from my mouth. When outside my window, I hear a bird, and it's singing something more than I remember when my muscle jumps.